thesis have held good. The downfall of the Kaiser's Germany, Hitler's Reich, finally the Soviet Empire in face of alliances led by powers commanding the seas, appear to belong to his unchanging order of things, as it were to the order of nature. 3 centuries earlier, the Elizabethan adventurer and would-be colonizer of North America, Sir Walter Raleigh, expressed Mahan's central tenet: "He that commands the sea commands the trade, and he that is lord of the trade of the world is lord of the wealth of the world." Mahan's explanation was rather fuller. Traffic by water was, and had always been, easier and cheaper than by land, a principle that holds good for most commodities, even after the development of railways, motorways, and air transport. Hence the use and control of the sea lanes was the central link in the chain of exchanges whereby wealth was accumulated, and wealth was, of course, the sinews of war. The conditions Mahan held necessary for a state to control the sea were first geographical: a position on main trade routes, a coastline with deep water harbours, and, most importantly, no land borders requiring defence against powerful enemies or offering opportunities for aggrandisement, so allowing concentration on sea trade and naval power. His other conditions concerned the inhabitants, the size of population, the character of the people, and the type and disposition of the government. It is these latter conditions that seem least persuasive today. Indeed, the argument of this book is that the outlook and beliefs of peoples and their systems of government are results quite as much as determinants of their power base, whether maritime or territorial. That is to say, in those states which have enjoyed optimum geographical conditions for maritime supremacy in successive ages, the character of the people and the type of government have been moulded by the acquisition of sea power rather than the other way about. It is a natural process. Seafaring and trade beget merchants. Merchants accumulate wealth and bring the pressure of money to bear on hereditary monarchies and landowning aristocracies, usually poor by comparison, and sooner or later merchant values prevail in government. Chief of these are dispersed power and open consultative rule, since concentrated power and the arbitrary rule of closed cabals are unresponsive to the needs of trade and fatal to sound finance. The other distinguishing mark of merchant power is freedom, since both trade and consultative government require the widest dissemination of information and free expression of opinion. Thus, the basic freedoms of trade spread through all areas of life, tending to break down social hierarchies and the grip of received ideas, creating more open, mobile, and enterprising cultures. Liberty has always been the pride and rallying cry of powers enjoying maritime supremacy. Territorial empires provide a mirror image, having grown by land conquest or dynastic marriage and absorbed different cultures and ethnic groups. Their most fundamental drives have been to preserve internal unity and to protect and extend the external borders. They have necessarily developed centralized, authoritarian governments, absolute monarchies, directorates, dictatorships, supported by landholding warrior elites and professional bureaucracies. These have exhibited total incomprehension and contempt for the needs of trade and sound finance. Central control of trade and industry has often led to spectacular gains in desired directions, but has been accompanied by a general cumulative uncompetitiveness, the cost of which has been borne by the citizens. Meanwhile, the ideals of the nobility of the sword, or latterly ideologues, and the necessity for internal control have produced static, hierarchical societies in which expression of ideas has been curbed by censorship, tortures, and imprisonment. In place of freedom, the rallying